Science-based lifting has really taken off lately due to the likes of Jeff Nippard, Dr. Mike, and Ben Yanes. You've probably seen them do all sorts of odd variations of your favorite types of exercises. And you're probably wondering, do these work? In today's video, I'm going to apply this science-based training into my push day. Let's get into it. The first exercise we'll be doing here is a Jeff Nippard classic. It does have a heinous setup, as you can see, but we are doing the super stretch chest fly. As the exercise implies, we're focused on getting a deep stretch of the chest muscles right here. If we look from this angle, we can see how deep the chest stretch gets to be. One thing I would recommend to anyone before doing this workout is to do a warm-up set to see how deep of a stretch you need to get without involving your shoulders. I just needed a few reps on my warm-up set to find that balance between full chest stretch and not getting the front delts involved. I would definitely recommend sprinkling this into your chest workout, preferably the last exercise of your chest day. Go high reps, focus on the squeeze and the stretch. It'll definitely take some time to get consistent with your range of motion, but once you find that groove, it's totally worth it. There aren't a lot of chest workouts out there that emphasize the deep stretch like this one does. Next, we get into the shoulders, where we have two excellent variations of the lateral raise. These two movements focus on providing better resistance to the side delts. First, we have the traditional cable lateral raise, except for the handle height is adjusted to hand height to provide the most resistance at the full stretch of the lateral delt. After that, I did the lean away lateral raise, which again improved the resistance on the muscle. Going forward, these will be my two primary lateral delt movements, replacing the standard dumbbell lateral raise, which has no resistance at the bottom of the movement when the delt is most stretched. For the triceps, I did another Jeff Nippard classic movement, which is the cable kickback. The focus of this was the full stretch of the tricep with my arm behind me. This movement left me absolutely fried. After the second set of these, I was already scorched. Didn't even feel like I needed to do the third set, but of course I did. There were two things I struggled with during this movement. The first was foot placement. As you can see, I had a hard time finding where to place my feet so I could get the full stretch at the top. That's due to me being so damn tall. Second, there was no mirror on the right side of me, making it extremely difficult to make sure my elbow was locked in and getting the full range of motion on each rep. When doing a new exercise, it's very important to make sure that you're doing it properly, and it was hard to make sure that I was getting the full stretch on this due to the mirror setup. The last exercise I tried actually came from Ben Yanes. Jeff Nippard had his run, but it was time to try a Yanes exercise. This is an overhead extension variation with a brace on the arm to give it more stabilization and help stretch it in a lengthened position. I honestly had a difficult time setting this up. It took me many tries to get this right, and I still felt like I didn't get it right. Being tall definitely has its downsides. When I went to my right arm, I had trouble hitting the top of the cable machine. Although I did feel a good stretch at times, this exercise was not worth it to me. The setup was too complicated for me to figure out, and I would much rather just do a controlled overhead with double ropes. Different body types will likely have better success with this exercise, but it wasn't for me. The concept of it is great, so I would recommend trying it at least, but it just did not happen to work out. So we learned some good stuff there. Definitely some exercises I'm going to keep in my program. Hopefully you guys can add a few to yours. At the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to try new things like that. You know, the worst thing you can do is try it and not use it. So might as well try it, see if it's a keeper. For me, definitely 3 of the 4, keeping them in my program. So, you know, we keep it moving. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And that's it. We'll see you in the next video, baby. Bang.